Say hi. Just say hi. You do realize everybody can hear you, right? Okay. Hello, everyone. I don't know if you heard him whispering that he wasn't here, but there we go. So, yeah, that is the situation. Okay, so I'm going to get logged in here. Let me turn my speaker off. Oh, gosh, you guys. So I know this may not come as a surprise if you saw the video where he tattled on me, but I have a new computer and I've been spending the last few days trying my best to get it set up, and needless to say, it isn't as much fun as one might think. So, anyway, okay, so here's, I've got a few updates for you guys. Okie dokie. All right. Hello, Kelly. How are you? Okay. Did I grab everything I needed? I think there was one more thing. Okay. Alrighty. So I did get some crafting done this weekend, which I'm really, really excited about. I know, I'm like a little jack-in-the-box. Hang on just one. I'm up and I'm down and I'm up and I'm down. I am looking for that bag of dies. Okay. So, hi, Tiffany. All right, you guys. So I do want to talk about All in Create stuff. I want to talk about some of the upcoming classes. We have a couple of things that came in today that I want to let you guys know about. It isn't a ton of new stuff, so, but there is some good stuff to show you that I know some people will be very excited about. So, where to start? Okay, let's start with these guys. So last week I showed you these gorgeous cards made with the Bees and Butterflies collection from Paper Rose. Okay, and this is a very easy card kit to put together. The stuff for the kits, according to tracking now, is due to arrive tomorrow. So I only have 5 kits left that are not yet spoken for. So this one here is, it's $18 and it is a small project. So that is cash or check only, please. And let's see. And I will be, including directions. So, a lot of times these kind of kits, they just have pictures, but I will be including directions so that it will make it easier for you to make these cards. And then for those of you guys that are on the list for it, if you do need the inks, it's Mustard Seed is the main one. And then Peel Paint is the other one. So if you need me to pull that for you to go with your kit, definitely let me know. But I wanted to tell you guys that there's only a handful of those left. Okay, next, let's see. Next, I wanted to talk about this project. So, people have been very, very excited about the little houses that I showed the other day. Let me go grab them in case you missed it. Okay. So 3/4, they are a company out of New Zealand, and they are doing a little project every month. Okay. Let me see if I can raise this up. This might be, you guys are getting a very close look. Hi, Star. Hi, Susan. Hi, Janice. Hey, you guys. Thanks for joining me. Okay. So, just as a recap, so this is the January one, and it's a little tea shop, okay? Everything to make these little houses is in the kit. So you also will get a little piece of ground, I suppose, that will have a little puzzle piece that'll, let me move this one first, that will attach to the next one like so. So you'll actually have like a whole little fun main street by the time this whole thing is done. And so what I talked about, I made the January and I made the February one, and they are so fun. They're like, I mean, they're silly, they're adorable, they're absolutely fun. And in the kit, each one comes with some extra papers. So I only did a little mini book for the January one, but there is enough stuff in there to do this little one as well. So we've kind of talked about this, kind of going, back and forth over how we can make this work. But the little book, just so you guys know, is sized so that it will fit right under the little house, okay? So these are so adorable, and the details are amazing. So one of the things that I thought was, while I was putting these together, I was having so much fun. And they go together really, really easily, but I thought it would be fun to do a class where you guys sit down and we all make the same thing at the same time, okay? So either in store or virtually, and I do have a plan for that. I don't think Trey has logged on yet, but I think I've been doing a little research, and I think we might take him up on his offer, at least for the first one until I can get it figured out. But so here's what I'm proposing, okay? So January and February are these two. And then, it's not a lot of room. Okay. And once you get them glued together, they actually are a little bit sturdier. So March, hi Charlotte. March, you guys, is the Toolbox. It's a hardware store. Oh, I love this one. Okay. So this is what the little house is going to look like. And what I kind of want to do is I saw that these are now in stock. When I talked about it before, I didn't want to talk really about scheduling anything because they weren't in stock and I wasn't sure what we would be kind of, dealing with timing wise. But there is now like about 40 of them available to order. So not a ton, okay? So here's what I'm thinking. We will do a class where it'll be a Saturday evening, start at 4 o'clock. I have zero idea how long this is, okay? But once we get going, even if you didn't get quite finished with the project, you'll know how to put it together if there was a little bit of homework. I can put this down too now. You guys don't have to be all the way up in the sky. So I'm looking at a Saturday evening because I think that'll give us enough time, and it'll be a fun like Saturday night out. And in talking with Trey, trying to figure out how to do this, because I know that there's a couple of you guys that are, one, not even in the state, but other people that might not be able to get out at night, but still want to join for, for the fun of it, okay? And so I wanted to do something a little different than Facebook Live, because Facebook Live is fun. We can, sort of chit chat. You guys can see what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff, but you have to type. There's a little bit of a delay. So I'm thinking of using Zoom for the live class, because that way, if you guys have questions, you can ask questions. I can go over questions. You can talk. You can hear the people that are in class, and we can record it. So in order to do that, you have to have a paid subscription to Zoom, which if we're only using it like once a month, is a little bit of an overkill. But, so we're going to try it. Trey says we can borrow his account, perhaps, to try this and see if this works. So as we go forward, one, the most important thing is that I get the kits ordered, and two, to pick a day. But this is the March kit. Obviously, we're not going to get it done in March. So we're going to do it in April. And I'm looking at the Saturday night out is going to be like, I think, $29. Okay. So, and in the first one for March, we are only going to make the house because it's going to be slower for people. It'll be brand new. I want everybody to just have some time to make the house. So let me look at the calendar here. I got a new computer and I'm not sure I love this layout, but, okay. So I also, I'm thinking, because I still have to get them here. So I'm thinking Saturday the 19th. Wait, is that of April? Is that a holiday? Is that a holiday, anyone? Because I don't want people to tell me it's a holiday and they can't join. Okay. So that's the date I'm thinking of. Oops. All right. Hi, Amber. Yes, Tiffany. Well, here's the thing with the unpaid version. I don't think you have the option to record it, which I want to do for the people that aren't able to either stay the whole time or can't join us while we're live. But also the unpaid version has a limit of like 45 minutes. And I certainly know that I will be, talking more than 45 minutes. I mean, you guys know me, right? Okay, so that's the Saturday before Easter. So that might be tough, right? Okay. So then we're looking at, thank you, Star, for that update. So then we're looking at perhaps the 26th of April. Okay. So let me know if the 26th of April, is that, hopefully that's not a holiday. I don't know. Okay. What is this? Sorry, you guys, new windows just keep popping up. It's like a new laptop and I don't know, keeps asking me all kinds of questions. Okay. So, I will get this together, but here is, so let's see. How does April 26th at 4 p.m. work for people? Okay. If that's not a holiday, which I think it isn't, I think it's after the holidays, that's the day we're going to shoot for this guy. Now, what I need from you guys is if you want to participate, whether you're in store or remotely, just type in the comments hardware store, or send me an email with the words hardware store, or you can type it into a sentence if you want to. But that way I can get kits ordered without having to require the roster, because they do have to have time to get here. And then if anybody is remote, they need to have time to get to them. All right, so let's talk about, because I've had so many questions about this. So I would very much like everybody who wants to do this, whether you're remote or in store, to have the art glitter glue with the fine tip. Okay. Easter's. So if I'm on the 26th, do we think we're good on April 26th? I think that will work. Okay. And then the other thing that is recommended in this one, because these are really fabulous kits. I'll open it here in a second. These are really, really fabulous kits. But the paper has a little bit of a shine to it. So what they have suggested is for inking, if you want to ink, this is totally optional, but if you want to ink, it'll be $29. At least for the first one, it's going to be $29 because we're only doing the hardware store. As we go on, if we include a mini book or things like that, or whatever, it may go up, but it won't go up much. Okay. But I think that that's going to be a doable one, because I think March, the very best way is for us to just get the house made. And then in the following months, we'll tackle some mini albums, and we'll talk about some other, here, let me write that down too. And then you guys, this is designed to be a once a month thing. Okay. So, not only will we pick April, but we want to pick the, or this is for March. We want to pick the April date relatively soon too. So you don't need a ton of supplies for this, which I think is really cool. You will need, archival inks. So my suggestion, and I think this comes in a set of minis too. So if you have these already, that's great. But my suggestion, and I think this will carry us through probably the whole series, is to get the set of distress inks in neutrals. Okay. So, if you'd like the big sets, let me know. I want to say it's like 20. I'll double check on the price. I can't remember. Or if you have this set and need re-inkers, I just got in, a couple of sets of the re-inkers for these guys because my pads were way too dry. You know that crafting hardcore picture? That was from this project. So if you need these, but so the archival ink, it isn't that you see a lot of it, but it is the kind of ink you need if you want to ink the edges of a paper that is a little bit glossy. Okay. So I did the edges of quite a few of these things. And part of the reason you can't tell as much is because it's the right type of ink. Okay. So for those of you guys that want to participate, there's this one or there's the mini. Okay. You don't have to tell me right now. Mostly I just need to know if you want to participate so I can get the hardware stores ordered. The other thing, which I'm very excited to use, because I used it in both of them, but I used different colors. Is the Lisa Horton limited edition set. Now, all of the inking stuff is completely optional. Okay. Absolutely completely optional. But this one I found it was really easy. So this comes kind of as just a chipboard piece. That's actually the gold ink. And then, let me see, where's this other one? Oop, pop out, okay. And then see this little teapot right there? So that's the silver ink. So it works really, really well for just doing those metallic things. And with that trio, you've got a pretty good set. So those things are not required. And then you will also need a craft knife. So, okay, so let me open this really quick just so you guys can kind of see. And I am dying because I can't put this one together because I'm going to put it together with you guys, but it's like, oh. So I haven't opened this one yet. I've only seen the pictures. Okay. So this is what comes in the kit. And this is the part I think that is the reason we are going to do this together. Okay. So you get a whole bunch of pieces, which you may or may not know what to do with. And actually, I'm not going to lie, these are different than the other ones. So I will have to check out what we're going to do. You get some other pieces. And then you get, I'll show you, this is like a whole thing of die laser pieces here. We have more laser pieces. Those are roof panels. Oh, love that. More laser pieces. Okay. And then these here are your extra papers. So these are the papers that they provide that matches the house. So you can make the mini album. Okay. These papers we don't use in the house. They're just extra. And then we have a laser cut piece here. And we have two things of chipboard that those papers go on. And actually, you know what? this one might be even easier because like the chocolate shop had a lot of little pieces, as did the teacups one. This one does not. So this might be a good one to start with. However, it does look like it has a more creative construction. So, I'm really excited, and I honestly did not think that this would be something that I liked, but for some reason I ordered the January and the February, and I was like, hey, let me just give this a try. I couldn't stop. It is so much freaking fun. And so this is literally paper crafting for the fun of paper crafting. Okay. So here is the deal. I'm going to be putting in an order to make sure we secure our hardware stores. If you would like to join us either virtually or in store, I know Sean will really like it. Yeah. Virtually or in store. Okay. We'll have a limited number of spots in store, of course, but, then type hardware store in the comments. That way I know to put you on the list, and I get the kit ordered on your behalf. And then we'll figure out the registration and stuff here in the next few days. But I just want to make sure we get what we need. Okay. So that's the hardware store. Oh, and you guys, I did see what April is. I think you will really like the April one too. So, but I can't tell you yet, which is killing me. I just saw it just right before the call. I just went to look and see if it was available. So, okay, so I think you guys will be excited for this. Tiffany is here. Tiffany, did you say hello on the video? Yes. It's like you're in two places at once. Oh, bring it over here. No, grab the die though. Grab the die. Oh my God, Tiffany brought us a sample. One of the Tim Holtz dies. I can't wait to see it. Tell us about it. I'm going to scooch over. Oh, she doesn't want to talk. Oh my God. Wait. Okay, so this is one of Tim's new vault dies of $20.99, right?
Yes.
Yes. So
and
it's the TV and his Matchbox die.
Yeah.
Is this the original Matchbox die?
The vault
or
one.
The vault one that came out last time? Was it? 2 times ago?
Last spring.
Okay. Might be discontinued, that one.
No.
Oh, is it still available? I can't remember. Sizzix, some of them, the ones from that discontinued, but it might, maybe the vaults are all. Okay, but you guys, look at this. Is this the cutest little thing ever? Is that your family?
No, that's from the Tim Holtz little paper stuff.
I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. How cute is that? And it fits the Matchbox perfectly. Oh man. This is really
it's
cute.
Still available. It's this one.
Oh, okay. So it is. Let me.
You can take the phone.
Oh, thank you. Do we have it? Oh, if we have it, that'll be even easier, won't it? Okay. So that uses the Vault Atomic Retro and the Vault Matchbook. Oh, we do have it. Well, look at that. Okay. This is such a cute set. And this one's only $20.99 too.
Yes.
These releases are really, really a good price. So anyways, this will be at the store because she made it for...
Yes.
We did take a peek at it. So when you guys stop by, you can take a peek. She is now walking away so I don't make her talk anymore. It's okay. All right. Thanks for bringing that in. That is so cute. Okay. So that is the hardware store. Now, let me tell you guys some good news. These have been out since I think the fall and have been terribly hard to get in. Currently we're out of the boxed sets, I believe, but I have more on order for some time. But what I know a lot of you guys are waiting for is the re-inkers. Were you on the list, Tiffany, for the re-inkers for the metallics? If so, just ask Brooklyn for them. Okay. So the limited edition re-inkers are here. Oh, it's sealed. Ah, okay. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting. So if you have the pads and you need the re-inkers and you're not already on my list, I only think I have 4 or 5 that are not spoken for at the moment. These are $23.99, and it includes all 3 re-inkers that go with the boxed set. Okay, so there is a lot of things that you can do with re-inkers besides just re-ink your pad. So I'm really excited that those are here. Finally. Okay. Next, I showed you guys these 2 embossing folders last week, but I did not have the samples done. So I wanted to show you that I got the samples done. And this one here might be one of, this might be the quickest seller. So Dina Wakley this is her first release with Spellbinders. And this one is a 2D embossing folder. So it is $8.99. And I think on the video you'll be able to see this. It's really cool. It's like, if you've ever seen her journal in her, like in her journals, you can't read it. Okay. So I have a feeling this is her writing. I don't know that for sure, but it very well could be. And then this one is a 3D embossing folder, and it's upside down. I love that. Look at all that dimension, and those words are so clear and crisp. It's just awesome. So this one, because it's 3D, is $14.99. But again, you guys, these are the big ones. So they're a really, really good value. And they're a really good value as a 2D one. So we've got Scribbled Lettered is the 2D one, and Soaring, that's the one with the birds, is the $14.99 one. But I wanted you guys to get to see those samples because they're pretty fantastic. Okay. Let's see. All right. So we did that. I did just get in a new batch of charms. And so I wanted, because I know a lot of you guys, if you're doing junk journals or little books or things like that. So with Easter just around the corner, I was able to snag a really good variety pack of enameled egg charms. Okay. So there's 10 different ones in here. Let me pop these out so you can see. And they have a lot of detail in them, and they're $5.99. So normally our enameled charms are $1, okay, a piece, give or take. But I mean, look at how cute that little chick is, right? So we have these. I have a limited number of these with Easter just right around the corner. And then I think these are super fun. Okay, so I heard somewhere my brother was really into Super Mario Brothers. I think him and his wife still play like quite a bit. And I think there's a movie coming out. So if you have a Super Mario Brothers fan in your life, this pack is $4, and it includes those 4 charms right there. And it's so cute. I've never seen anything like them. They're absolutely adorable. And then, because it was just too much fun, and I thought, oh my gosh, I used to love Garfield and Odie. Okay. Oops. So these ones are even a little bit bigger. These are a nice, good size. But the detail in these charms, they're just made beautifully. Okay. So you just get a lot of detail in there. And those ones are $4 as well. All right. Then we have 3 different packs of poo. Okay. It's funny. It is funny. Okay, so how do we name this? Let's do this just for the video. I don't know if this is, oh, that's not even gonna write on that. All right. I don't know if this will be any better. A, B, and C. Okay. So, because I know a lot of people are just like over the moon for Winnie the Pooh, I got, so this pack here, this is Pooh only, okay? So, it does have a little piglet, and you get 2 of each, but it's got Pooh with his piglet and Pooh with his little honey bucket, okay? And they're small, but you can still read like the word honey. You see his little tongue, his little black nose, and you can see like Piglet's stripes and everything. So they're really freaking adorable. That is set A. Okay. And then so this set here, it has a duplicate of these two guys just because it fit really well with these characters. So in set B, you actually have the whole shebang because you have Eeyore, Tigger, and you have the little piglet along with Pooh. So this one, I think, is the only one that has like a repeat because I tried to do them a little bit separately, but I thought maybe some people would want more of the Pooh, which, you know, I would think is what we would want. So that's set B. And then set C. Okay, Janice, I'll double check, but I feel like you are too. Okay. So in this one, we have two of the Pooh. We have Piglet by himself, and we have Tigger with a bright idea. Okay, so that's set C. And that's what I have for charms. Okay, next up, this is the last of the new items, but we did get this finished and it's ready. I know we're going to be trying to get them all packed tonight. I think I have 8 kits, or maybe 10 in store. So not a ton, but if we need to get more made, we can. But you guys, these are, do you know where the originals are? Oh, I was kind of talking to Brooklyn, but the originals of the chipboard? Huh? Okay. Well, it's okay. I'm live, so if I can't find it now.
Are they brown?
Yeah, they're just the originals of that little ephemera pack, so it's okay.
Okay.
They're somewhere. At any rate, 10. Okay. Hi, Dad. So I can't find the chipboards, but I can't decide if I'm hot or cold either. Okay. So you guys, I'm so excited to show you how these turned out. This kit, it's a $12 kit. You get 72 different, 72 images in here that you can use. Okay. And these have been, this is based off of a vintage thing that I was going to show you and I can't find. But they are amazing. Okay. So we have this one, and the way everything has been scanned and it is printed so insanely clearly. It's been cleaned up a little bit too, but that when you look at the details as these are printed, it looks like this is wrinkled. Okay. That looks like the dimension that you would see if you were looking at the real thing. Okay. And so we've got in the ocean, we have the rooster, and see, and like the turkey, the one that we had a big crease through it. So we left that because it's so cool, right? And then we have the in the woods, and you've got those bends and stuff in there. Plus you've got your little corners that are kind of banged up. And then we have beside the brook. So if you guys were wondering, my dad is a water scientist, and that's where my name came from. But so anyways, so in the packet, there are those 4 sets of ephemera. Okay. That's the kind of original size. And then we also have a medium version of the same ones so that you can use these in your card projects, your mixed media projects, your mini album projects. So excited. And then we have a small version. Okay. But even in the small version, you guys, you still get all of this crazy detail. It is so fabulous. Now, there's more. Okay. So that's the set. We have not figured out what the name of this set is. The jury is out. So at the moment, it is the Vintage Ephemera set until we come up with something a little bit better named. But these will be available probably starting tomorrow, okay? And so you get 72 images that you can use in this packet for $12. All right, now I want to show you guys something else. So do you remember last week when we had Wine Friday with the director, okay? Let me get these out of the way here. So we had Wine Friday with the director, and he made the raccoon. This was based on the original proofs that we had of this one, the prototypes. And then his project is based on one I had done, was it earlier that day or maybe the day before, with the seahorse. So this one is from In the Woods, and this is from, no, it's not. Yeah, In the Woods, and that one is from In the Ocean. Now, when we were first looking at these, I loved them, right? They're vintage, they're cool, they've got so much personality. And you can use the word up top, you don't have to. You've got lots of options with these. But the size is a little bit wacky, okay? So what was really fantastic, and this ended up causing us to change things just a little bit, but it's great, okay? So when in case you weren't watching the Wine Friday last week, plus over the weekend I organized my own Create dies so that I could hopefully find stuff. And yet, here we are, not finding what I need. That's funny. Okay. I wonder if, I might not have this one, okay? I might not have it in my bag here. All right, so this one with the postage stamp, we are sold out of all of the All in Create dies. I've started a list. We used it for the make and take, but they've already shipped us more. They're coming from England. They shipped this morning. And so I want to make sure that if there's any dies that you guys want, that you make sure and let me know, because if I need to put in another order, I want to do it ASAP. Because, let me show you this. And this is what got me insanely excited for crafting with this set. It isn't that it's like I loved it, but I wasn't sure because of the, what do you call it? It's coming to mind. Because of the ratio, what I was going to do with it. Okay. So in this set here, now both of these sets, this middle rectangle right here, this one is a slightly, that's actually got tape on it. That is not in the print, just so you guys know. That is basically just crafting muck. Where did the, yeah, see here. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but it looks like a sticky note residue or something. So I'll get that cleaned up afterwards. But anyways, but I was really, really excited because the All in Create ones, because they're out of England, have a little bit of a different ratio. Okay. So look at this. You guys, pa-pow, right? That is awesome. Now, the original set was just slightly smaller. And so like on my seahorse here, I have a little bit of a blue line and just a teeny bit of the red one. But it's okay, because even if you get it off just a little, you just ink it, right? It just hides. You can't even hardly tell. And then with this set, it was smaller, so it fit perfect. But my pops, who had to do all of the computer work for this, quite a while, many hours, I was told, many hours. He sized them. I cut him some templates of these once I found out that they were going to work, because they're like so perfect. And so if you have this die or you need it, this is going to be amazing. Okay. So some of them are going to fit the postage stamp, and some, like the little skunk here, is going to fit this one. We weren't necessarily requiring the bigger one, the postage stamp, to fit all of them, because you guys, they're vintage. They are what they are. But it does fit at least some of them on each page, as does the other one. So really, really cool. Okay. So that's the vintage set that my dad made. Now, this set here, I have a list, but if you would like the, what is this one called? Quirky Post. It is $24.99, and let me know sooner rather than later. Okay, Shelly, I'll put your name on this one. And then if you want this one, which I was really pleased to find out has different size rectangles, so you really could kind of mix and match these two, right? Because I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is not very much of a difference, but you know, you have that option. This one is called, I think, Holy Fun, and it's $24.99 as well. But also, you guys, it has these smaller pieces in it, which is really, really fabulous. So, okay, so I wanted to make sure that if you wanted this one, we got you on the list. Now, that being said, let's talk about some other stuff. Okay, so I am crazy about All in Create, and I know from doing the make and take this weekend that those of you guys that came, I know there was a number of you that tried the layered washi for the very first time and were like, whoa, what? Because it's so easy. Okay, so I have right now, hold on. Okay, so the layered washi that we used on the make and take is called Coral Wings. And I only have one of these left in stock, but I do have more coming. We used up the whole roll for the make and takes, because for this style, you use 2 layers. You do 2 images, and then one is in the background, and then you fussy cut the main image on one of them. Okay. So all of the layering washis, they're all $6.99, but you get 10 meters, which means it's like 22 to 26 images that you get to make copies of. So they're very, very generous. Now, that means I want to show you guys this one, because we talked about this one the other week when I showed it to you. This is the Polaroid Pop. And from the make and take, we sold out of what we had. And then I do have people coming, or a list of this one. These guys are $22.99 if I recall. Yes. And it also has these really cool balloons, and it has these flag pieces on it. There's some very, very cool stuff in this die. But one of the things that I totally love is that the way they did the Polaroid, you can use just the big square, you can use just the little square, or you can use them together and make a frame like we did in the make and take. Okay, so, but you have a whole bunch of other pieces too. This is such a useful set. Now, because we used it in the make and take, a lot of people got their hands on it, played with it, and are on the list. So if you want to be on the list, let me know again, because these are already been ordered. But you guys, I want to show you a card I made this weekend. Okay, look at this one. Is this stunning or what? Okay, so this one uses, I always forget, Antique Wayfinder. Okay, I mean, can you, I don't know if the gold and everything is showing up in this one and all of the dimension, but it is awesome. And this is 49 and Market paper. It's that new Starlight paper with one of the background papers. And I just did a whole bunch of like gold splatter, but it's the same concept to what we did in the Make and Take, okay, where you did 2 layers and then you cut one out and you just layered it like that. Oh, I love it. But let me show you guys. This is the other Polaroid one. So this one is called Snap Thoughts. And actually, I like this one even more. So it really kind of depends on what you're doing, because this one, what I loved about it is it has this frame here. I did not measure to see if it'll fit. It's going to be a little wide for this one, I think. Yeah, but it wasn't, we didn't design it that way. Okay, but here's what's really fun. This one is thinner, okay? Whereas that one was a square, so you got almost the whole image. This one, you only get, like, say, part of the image. But then when you fussy cut it, the other part sticks out like this. And you can put this really kind of anywhere you want on the frame. If you wanted to do a Polaroid, like how they have it on the cover, right? You then can do a wider Polaroid going this direction, so you can still do the same thing. But in this direction, you guys, this is where I have completely fallen in love with this one. So this one is $22.99, and it has some other dies in here, and I'm going to show you some other stuff too. So this one is called Snap Thoughts, and the first one with the square is called Polaroid Pop. So, Janice, did you want me to put you on the list for both of the Polaroid sets, or do you want the Polaroid Pop and not Snap Thoughts? They give us kind of wacky names, so I just want to make sure that I get the right stuff for you. Okay, so we'll talk about more about this particular thing in a minute, but I want you guys to be able to see this sample here is this die as well. Okay, so you'll notice I made this one first, and then when I was working on these, you'll notice it's the same layout, but it's so striking. It is so striking. So 2 layers of the washi, you fussy cut out 1 layer, and those hang off the edge. I love it. Okay, then look at this. So this is part of an ephemera thing that we'll talk about, but this die right here, that's in here. So you have 2 words, photo and you. And I thought, what am I going to use you for? And then as I was making this card, the ephemera says love. And so love is a weird sentiment for just a card. I mean, doesn't have to be, but it kind of doesn't say a full sentence, right? I'm an engineer, so I kind of need a start and a stop. So by adding this you, it just finished everything about this card, and I am crazy about it. So that, you guys, is the versatility of Snap Thoughts. Isn't that cool? Oh, and look, I even used the little banner that comes with this one too, right there, and a little peel off. Oh my God, I'm so in love with this one. Okay, and this one's only $22.99 as well. So, are you guys impressed by how organized I am? Oh my gosh. Like, I did get all of my dies sorted and organized so that I could find them. Okay. All right. So that's that. Now, let's see. So we talked about Coral Wings. We talked about Antique Wayfinder. And I don't know, I don't think I showed you guys all of the samples for some of these other ones. So Nostalgic Post, this is one I just did, I think yesterday, actually. So this one, I couldn't remember what this image was, but it's actually a really beautiful vintage envelope. I don't know, I'm losing all my words. And it's got kind of some distressed letter stuff in there and flowers, and you've got some vines and things like that. So this one is going to be really cute for just a hello type of a card, something like that. So that one is Nostalgic Post. And then this one was really popular on Saturday because look at those colors. I mean, how could it not be? And this one would be really fun, like in the Polaroid Pop Die too, because, you know, you can pop out those butterflies. You could even have this behind the frame and have this kind of coming out if you wanted to. So this one is called Growing Male. And I think this one, we have a handful left in stock, but I think we're probably going to need to order some more too. So if you're wanting that one, definitely let me know. And this is another one that, Ginny and Joan were here for the make and take, and Ginny wanted to know what the black and white one looked like. And it, you know, I hadn't gotten to making it. This one is called Pure Grace. And what's really cool about this one is it layers into this beautiful image, but it's a little bit different, right, than this one where you have a very, very specific image or the, you know, nostalgic post or the other ones. So it's a little bit of an image, a little bit of a background. And when you are just looking at just the strips, you can actually use this one as just accent strips too, if you just want like a little bit of an accent in black and white, because it isn't like you're going to get the middle of a mailbox. It won't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So with this one, when you tear it and just add little bits of the washi, so this one really has a lot of like double duty, and it's called Pure Grace. The other thing that's really cool is if you have alcohol markers, you can color in the butterflies. So you can make them whatever you want. But you would need alcohol markers. It's just like if you wanted to ink this, you need to use the archival ink so that it stays put, because it does have this little bit of a texture. Okay, there might be some other inks you could use, but that's going to be a safe bet. So those are the ones I wanted to show you that I got samples made. Now, here's the last thing on my list. I know today's kind of like some new stuff, some catch up. But I wanted to talk to you guys while these are available, okay, about these. This is the Creative Box from All in Create. It is brand new, okay? I mean, these have been out for, I think it came out a few weeks ago. Not very long. They haven't been out very long when I say brand new. But this is the first release for these items. And so we have CB1, Creative Box 1, and CB2. Now, the products in here are only available in here. And so we've kind of toyed with the thought of doing this as a class, because let me show you what's in here first. Okay. Okay, so what's in the box is, there we go. You get 2 rolls of washi that you can only get in the box, okay? So these Stunning Birds, okay, are one of them. And then you have this really cute set of kind of vibrant little, I don't know, parakeets. And then you also get an enormous package of die cuts in here, 101 pieces, and you get coordinating papers that match. So this is got 10 double-sided papers in here. I think they're they are A6 size, so 4.1 by 5.8 inches. So you get 10 sheets, and they all have different images. There's no repeats. So with the 10 sheets, you have 20 patterns to pick and choose what you're going to make with your project, okay? None of this stuff is available outside of the box. And so, and it's a pretty good price, actually, because the ephemeras are, I think they are like $10 or $11. The papers, I don't know if we've gotten in this size of papers, but I feel like they're right in line with that as well. And then the washies are $7 a piece. Okay. So, you know, you're sitting at, a discounted value of all the stuff that's in here for $32.99. Now, if you just want the box, we've got them, okay? But I'm curious, because we've kind of toyed with, did you guys want a class on this? or do you just want to pick it up and play? Because over, the course of carrying the All In Create, we've gotten a lot of questions. I mean, the layered washi, it's totally mind-blowing until you've seen it. And then it's like amazing, right? So that you get. But I've had a lot of people be like, I love the ephemera, but what am I going to do with it? And these papers, they aren't different, but they're different, if that makes sense. Okay. So, and I can actually show you, I didn't go through and show you all the papers that are in here, but these are the 3 cards that I made. And so if we were thinking, if there's interest in me doing a class, I could do a class, because I really did some fun techniques with these. But this one is the new postage, film strip set. Okay. And so this one is just those birds on the patterned paper, but I did lighten it just a little bit so that this could brighten up. And then I just used the ephemera and some glossy accents so that it just sticks out. Okay. And then this is the one I was showing you. We already talked about the die set. And then, but I did do a couple of different things, like to the ephemera here. Okay, so and it just kind of depends on what you guys want to do. Oh God, it's gonna be a crazy to get in here, but I see it. So each of these ephemeras have, I believe, 2 of each. Okay. All right, so this is how the ephemera comes in the package. And then this is what we have it like on the card. So we used some black pen and some white and some trimming and stuff. It's nothing that you guys can't do. It's just if you want to talk about like techniques and things, and then gold splatter and, various things. Okay. So there's that. And then you guys, this might be one of my favorites. I love it. Look at how cute this is. This is just the paper, and I've lightened it so that they are even more vibrant. And then I just did a little bit of a thin black detail around the die cuts. Can you see that? So that they popped more on the background. And this might just be the cutest card ever. So in here, I was trying to think. Oh, well, I covered up all of the images of what everything is in here. So let me take that out. But so this is what you get in the ephemera pack. You get the envelopes, you get a bunch of dogs and cats, you get some sentiments, and then some little doodads to like, kind of pull it all together. Okay. So you guys can kind of let me know if you just want to get the kit and be done with it. We do have a few in stock. And if you want me to try and figure out the rest of a class, I can do that at some point. So, let me show you these two, because these, if you haven't used their papers yet, the whole concept of their papers is they're this beautiful matte, and it's not a paper, it's a cardstock, okay? And they're nice and thick, but they're matte. They take ink amazing. They're designed in this box to match all of the stuff that's already in here, okay? But everything on the other side is different as well. And so I have to tell you, I had so much fun with this that I think whichever way you guys decide to go, that you will really, really enjoy it. Okay, so I do want to tell you that these creative boxes are limited. So they aren't totally limited, but they aren't going to be around for a super long time, because what he told us in one of the calls is that, oh, that hair, I cannot not get this hair out of the way. Okay. Is that these boxes, they are going to be putting out, I believe it's 2 boxes every 3 months. Okay. So all the stuff in here only comes in the box, and it's a really, really good way to have stuff that coordinates with your layered washies. Now this one, I haven't started. Okay, so the first one, this one is called Maker's Magic. Okay. And then this one, and that's the one that has the bright colors. I haven't started making the samples of this one yet. And, you know, I don't know how time is going to work for all of that. But I really wanted you guys to get to see this one as well. So this one is going to be a little bit more in the vintage kind of color scheme. And you have this really gorgeous like pen and ink scene here. Creates a really fun background to die cut. And then you have these super cute little future dogs. Those are your two washies in this one. And we have some gorgeous papers and amazing die cuts. So, I mean, you guys, look at that. Is that about the cutest thing ever? Oh, I think it is so cute. So both sets actually have cats and dogs. This one looks like it has a few more cats and dogs than the other one. But you can kind of see just from what's in here. And remember, no, I don't know if this one has two of everything. I think it's the other one that does. This one looks like it might be a little bit more random. Not 100% sure. But the words that you have in this one are hugs, kiss, and love. And that love is in both of them, okay? And that's where this die, if you're an engineer like me and you need a start and a stop to the sentiment, that's where that awesome you that was in Snap Thoughts comes into play, okay? Now, these guys are also amazing. And I bet you they say the weight. Okay, these are 350 GSM uncoated paper. So 350 GSM may or may not mean much. But I will tell you, as far as a cardstock goes, it's significantly, I mean, it's like maybe more 49 and market thickness than, you know, like a standard cardstock weight. So I would definitely say this is more than 110 pound, which means you have a lot of options with this. So I just want to show you guys the papers because they're just, I mean, look at that. Teal and orange. Oh, so pretty. So this one has a little bit more of a darker color palette in kind of more of a vintage look. Ah, how fun is that? I haven't opened this one yet, so we're looking at it for the first time together. Okay, and then side here. Okay. So, there we go. Now, this one is called Treasure Trove, and I just got to make sure I get the right things back in the right boxes. Okay. So, and this ephemera has 94 pieces. Look at the, it's so cute, right? Oh my gosh. These are just the sweetest. Okay. So here's the deal. If you guys are thinking you just want the boxes, $32.99, just, we have them. They're ready for pickup. Okay. If you want a class, then definitely let me know, because I will have to continue to figure something out. And if you do want a class and you want both boxes, you could still get this one, because I don't think I'll have time to develop a class for both of them. But this is the one we would use for the class. It's got more vibrant colors, but we did a lot of really cool things, okay? So we modified the die cuts. We used them in a couple different ways. We're die cutting. We're also using, because I made a list so that I would make sure to know what you guys would need. And I thought I had everything on the table, but I don't really know that I do, because I think I put some stuff away. Look at that. I put stuff away. Okay. So we did not only splattering with this, but kind of another thing that I really, really found cool. On this one, we used some glossy accents, which if you've never used it, you will absolutely fall in love with it. we used the Lisa Horton matte blendable white ink. Okay. That is a game changer ink. It's a very subtle, but it is phenomenal. And then we also did some cool edging techniques so that it could be a micro, just a little micro edge. So, and that's just the first 3. But, so this class would really be on using the layering washi, the ephemera, and the paper. Obviously some dyes to accentuate it, but some tips and tricks on how to get, those kind of like upgraded. Okay. So let me know. And if not, I'm just going to put the boxes out with the samples that I made and call it a day. Because I do have a lot of other classes that I'm working on too. So, all right, that's what I have to show you guys today. It was a lot. I actually talked a lot. So I'm going to do a very, very quick recap, because I want to make sure that you guys don't miss out on anything good. Okay. So the Dina Wakley embossing folders, $8.99 for scribbled letters. That's 2D. And $14.99 for soaring. That one is 3D. Okay. The Butterflies and Bees kit. I know I was all over the place today. Butterflies and Bees kits. The stuff is due to arrive tomorrow, but I only have 5 kits that are not yet spoken for. So if you want one, they're $18, cash or check. And I will be writing some directions. These are going to be so easy for a crafter, like of any level, to put together. Okay. The limited edition re-inkers are finally here. So if you're on the list, I will make sure that they are set aside for you. They're $23.99. If you aren't on the list, I only have 4 or 5 available from my first shipment, but I can get more. So I just want to make sure that while I can get them, everybody who wants them can get them. Okay. We talked about the hardware store as a class. So this one, we are looking at a Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock, $29. Okay. Minimal supplies are needed for this. You're going to need glue and a craft knife. And then like the inks and stuff, that's all optional if you want to do that. But no directions are included, so that's why I'm going to craft at the same time as you, and we're going to do it live on a Zoom so that our out-of-towners or people that just want to stay home and do it in their pajamas can join us, okay? So we've never done a class like this before. I think it's going to be really fun. I have no idea how long it's going to be, but, you know, I hope there's been a lot of interest in this. So type hardware store in the comments if you haven't already, if you want to make sure that I get them ordered, because right now they're available to order and I need to make sure we get enough for whoever wants to join us for sure. All right. Just as a quick reminder, since this is here and maybe the cutest thing ever, Tiffany made this for us. This is the new Atomic Retro Vault release from Tim Holtz that just came out. $20.99 for the whole set of dies. And it makes this little TV. Okay. And the TV fits perfectly on the Vault Matchbox that he came out with previously. So this one is also $20.99, but they are a screaming deal for die sets now. That he's got these Vault releases. So good. Okay. For the charms, we have a lot of fun ones to choose from. The enameled eggs, you get 10 of them for only $5.99. And then the rest of these guys, there are 4 charms in each one. And they are $4 a piece. So this one is Mario for Super Mario Brothers. And there's 2 of each Mario in there. So 4 total. This one here is Garfield and Odie. Just because, I mean, why not? Okay. And then I have 3 different Pooh ones. So just for clarity, they really, in the store, you can pick out whatever you want. But on the video, if you want to pick and choose your Pooh, it's always funny. Set A has just 4 Poohs. Okay. Set B has one of each of the poos that are in that one, which, oh, come on. The stickers seemed like a good idea at one point. Okay. Oh, good golly. Okay, so there we go. Eeyore, Tigger, and then Pooh with Piglet here, and the Honey. That one is set B. And then the final set has two of the same Poohs, not as in the other ones. We have an adorable little Piglet, and we have a Tigger. Okay, so those are the new charms that came in. And then, as a reminder, because this is freaking awesome, we have this brand new ephemera pack that my dad has been working on like crazy to get the details and get it kind of cleaned up and stuff, but still keep that vintage feel. So this is the vintage ephemera pack. You get 72, of these different images in here, and you get 3 of each image in 3 sizes. No, yeah. 1 of each image in 3 different sizes. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so this is the one. And then we have the medium size. And we have the small size. Okay, these are $12, and they are, we've got, I think, 10 sets in now is what he said. I couldn't remember how many he was able to get together, but okay, so these will be available for pickup tomorrow. And I know some of you guys are already on the list for these, so we will get to that. But if you think you're on the list, it's not a bad idea to remind me because, there's a lot of lists, right? Okay. And then, so that being said, the dies that are of note that I want to just make sure you guys don't forget. We have the Quirky Post. Okay, so this one is $24.99. Yeah, $24.99. And this is the one that fits these ephemera so well. Okay, so that's the Quirky Post. Then there's another one, which I don't have to show you, but it'll be back in stock, called Holy Fun. Similar concept to this one, but it has these like cool distressed scallops. He actually said that this shape is based on a cookie he used to eat as a kid. I think they still have it. I think it's that little shortbread one that's like a rectangle, the biscuit with chocolate in the middle. So, and now that you see that, now that you know that, do you see the cookie in the shape? If you've ever eaten that cookie, I think you do. It's got that little, like a prince or something on the design. And then the other 2 dies, which I'm just like over the moon for with the layered washies. Oh, I did also want to tell you guys, these 2 backgrounds right here that go so well with these cards, those are both layered washies from All in Create. So these ones are really cool because the pattern just repeats and you can make it as big as you want. And so there is a blue one and there's a red one. We have, I think, exactly 1 roll of red left in stock, but I did order more of these and they should be here with our shipment next week. So if you want either the blue or the red one, be sure to let me know because those ones are $6.99 and I can grab them for you when we're packing stuff up. So we've got the Polaroid Pop. That one is $22.99. That's going to be the one that does kind of the more traditional Polaroid shape with the balloons and some other cool stuff. And that is the one we used on, I think I might have broke a few more than a few, Dad. But this is the one that we used on the Make and Take. Okay. And then this is the one, this Snap Thoughts. This also does a Polaroid, but it's more of a rectangle shape. And this is the one that I fell in love with over the weekend because this card design is just awesome. So we have more of these coming as well. Look at that. Like, so cool. It doesn't even look like it's the Polaroid one, right? It's just amazing. Okay, so that is $22.99. And then lastly are these creative boxes. So, hi Cheryl, how are you doing? Okay. So the Creative Box 1 and the Creative Box 2, these are available for purchase. If you just want the box, everything is exclusive in either one of these. You get 2 rolls of washi, a pack of ephemera, and cardstock. And if there is interest, then we will do a class on this one. The other thing though, I forgot to tell you guys, because there's a really, really cool technique that I figured out with this one. On how to extend your washi when you needed it just a smidge. I totally loved it. So it has to do with how this technique is done. So that would be something we would cover in the class as well. Okay, you guys, that's all I've got. It's a lot. So please either pop me an email or put it in the comments. Well, we started at 4:30, Cheryl. So there's a lot to review, but there is a class coming up that you might actually really like. So hit rewind when we're done here, because you could join us for that. So, okay, you guys, have a good evening, and we will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.